All right. Rich Casanova here. If you're watching on Periscope or Facebook, you see a packed house in our studio. We're welcoming our guests to the Pro Business Channel studios here on the CoFounders podcast episode. And we are live here at our $1 billion Buckhead View. And we have lots of people we're going to have a great conversation with. Rich Casanova, Craig Williams in the house here joining us as well.
Williams.
Craig, what did I say? I said Craig.
You all hear him say Craig.
No, I said Craig, yeah. Man, let's just make sure you're listening. This is the first time I've ever done that, yeah. Well, you can call me Ricky or Richie or Ricardo, whatever you want. Yeah. All right, yeah. So, Craig, why don't you go ahead and take a seat right there. We're going to introduce these guys here in just a minute here. And let's go. Actually, what we're going to do is just welcome each of our guests to the studio quickly. So, ladies, if you wouldn't mind, just introduce yourself and give us a little teaser what you might be chatting about.
Hello, my name is Tanveet Siyum, and I'm here to talk about a soon-to-be nonprofit called Overcomer.
Okay. Nice. Well, we'll look forward to that conversation.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn Wyndham, and I'm a mamapreneur, and so I have a couple of different businesses that I have in process, and one of them being a children's author.
Yeah, we love that. The books for little people, right?
Little people, yeah.
Nice. Okay. And gentlemen, if you would introduce yourselves here.
My name is Duke Lee. I'm with 410 Media. We're a video production company.
All right. My name's Terry. I'm also with the 410. I'm co-founder as well.
All right, nice. So a couple of co-founders here. And we're going to introduce our first guest, and they've brought samples, so we're very excited to have these guys here in the studio. Yeah. No offense to our other guests or whatever. Yeah, you're welcome to bring samples next time, yeah. It's going to be hard to kind of top these guys. So Anthony and Casey, you guys are with Liquid Culture. It's an Atlanta-based company providing marketing services for craft distilleries, experienced craft cocktail bartenders, educators. I was going to say from Ecuadorians, but from the Atlanta cocktail scene. Is there a big scene in Atlanta for cocktails?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
It's a resounding yes.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's, of course, it's not something that is as big as, like, say, New York, Chicago, L.A., but Atlanta's definitely on the map now.
Well, we're putting them on the map.
Yeah.
We're going to make that happen here today. So you provide, as we mentioned, education within the industry as well as to the public through specialty events and tailored cocktail training classes. That's a class I missed out on college. Craig, did you catch any of those classes in college?
No, I had no need to.
Yeah. He's not big in drinking alcohol, but he will cook with alcohol all day long. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, big time. So that leaves lots of samples for us. And speaking of events and training and classes, that's where we met, y'all, was at WeWork, which is a proud sponsor of this show.
That's right.
And y'all were doing, I think it was for the Buckhead Business Association After Hours Mixer, which they were just in the studio this morning for their show. So talk to us about what's a great event look like for you guys?
I think what makes a good event varies depending on what the objective is.
All right.
I think we've worked a ton of different types of events. Some of them are, for very large corporations like the Fry Boot Company at Ponce City Market.
Right.
In fact, which we do have an event this month. I believe it's
coming up on December 17th.
Okay.
We'll have American Spirit whiskey there and be cocktails at the Fry Boot Company.
Nice.
At Ponce City Market.
Right. And then we have stuff like we did with the Buckhead Business Association, where we were doing whiskey classes or tastings for Cleveland whiskey, which was who's really doing some really interesting things in the whiskey world right now. And then my favorite, particularly, and I think Casey would probably agree on this, is like the educational ones, where we're actually talking about cocktails, history, like how to make alcohol, what differentiates them, how to make cocktails, what's the proper technique, all these different fun things that actually you can take home with you and do in your own home bar. So.
Because it's kind of like a wine tasting. It's like you get to experience it, but a lot of times you don't know all the varieties, and you have how many going on here. Talk to us about what you have on display here.
So we've got our focus is small craft distilleries that we work with, and what have we brought today is all local distilleries. So we've got some really interesting products. We have Still Pond 229 vodka, which is out of Arlington, Georgia. Richland rum, which is out of Richland, Georgia.
I'll have some of the rich rum, please. Yeah, you want to start serving?
Yeah.
Let's get right to it or whatever. Yeah, we have some of the other guys in the studio. Yeah. So go ahead and serve around here.
Either, okay?
Let's start with let's have a little taste of the vodka first, and then we can and we'll just do little tastes. So,
little
just
taste.
Kind of talk about
just
it.
a sip.
Yeah. So
and make sure you make a sip
sip,
Rich,
yeah.
do you
I know.
remember
'Cause
last time?
the last time we did this, I enjoy my adult beverages, but I have to be honest. You'll see right away that Craig, you may need to take over here in a minute.
But you might
because I'm a
speak
lightweight.
little more clearly.
By the end of the show, by the end of the show, I'm mumbling whatever. Yeah.
Well, this is
I
breakfast.
can barely do this while I'm sober. Yeah.
This is breakfast vodka, so it's you're
Yeah.
okay.
I didn't know there was a difference. I'm learning
Anybody?
something
Yeah.
already.
So pass this around to all of our guests. So we're what makes this vodka different then?
So Still Pond, like I said, is out of Arlington, Georgia, and they actually
That's some good stuff. Yeah.
smooth, isn't it? Arlington, Georgia is down in South Georgia, and they've had a muscadine.
Keep serving here. Yeah.
They've had. Is it right? You guys?
Everyone?
Yeah.
No, you guys.
You got a sample. Yeah, you got a little.
Oh, they're
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll just do little ones.
This forks it on.
And pass one to Craig just in case
Nice,
so
isn't
he
it?
can
Yeah.
smell it and experience it. Then he can
Yeah, I
pass
do
it over
wanna
to me.
smell that ridge.
Yeah.
So these guys actually have a muscadine farm down there, and the base of this is corn and muscadine.
Wow.
So they use the muscadines, that they grow down there in the vodka they make, which is really cool. There's only 2 producers in Georgia that actually grow their own, base and.
Pour real close to the microphone so we can
So we can hear it go into the cup.
Okay.
yeah, for the next one. Yeah.
All right.
They-
I should alert our listeners. We're probably going to be going over on this show. Yeah. Maybe way over.
Yeah.
So there are only 2 producers in Georgia that actually grow their own base for their spirits. So these guys are growing their own muscadines down there, and they've been down there for, like I said, about 50 years.
Wow!
And they make muscadine wine down there as well, and then they also make mead as well, which is made from honey that they collect from a local farmers.
And what's their distribution look like? Is it in
They're mostly,
restaurants or
they're
retail?
Mostly in Georgia is their focus, and they're actually the biggest muscadine producers in the Southeast.
Wow.
Good trivia question. Next time somebody asks me,
They actually, grow grapes or muscadines for Chateau Elan.
Oh, wow.
A couple other different muscadine wine producers.
And is this in retail stores as well, or primarily just in the restaurant?
This is in retail as well. It's just cool to see these small distilleries kind of popping up, and the evolution. We see tons of breweries, but now craft distilling is kind of making that evolution.
Well,
here
it's
in
community
Georgia.
based,
Yeah.
and that's what I like about it all. Just like with the farms, the neighborhood farms. that are popping
farm
up.
to table. This is
And it's
drink to
and
table.
that's
Drink to
what's-
table. Yeah, field
exactly.
to bottle. Is
Yeah.
is
Oh, is it
what we
called?
like. Yeah, field to bottle.
Field
Is
to
what we
bottle.
Like,
Yeah,
that's what we like
That's
to say.
beautiful.
So.
Well, I know the guys from 410 Media are looking at the next bottle here. So what's
Cool.
up next here?
So we're going to try a little corn whiskey. This is from Independent Distilling out of Decatur, Georgia.
Oh man!
So another local distillery.
Fun little fact with them is that they are the first legal tasting room in the state of Georgia since Prohibition.
And we're the second legal tasting room, right?
Amen.
We're not FTC regulated, so we're fine or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
But Craig, lock the door just in case there is a knock at the door. Yeah. So Anthony, while Casey's pouring that our servings here, let me ask kind of a dumb question. So to clarify, so you guys are kind of advocates for the industry. Do you represent certainly the brand? You don't have your own brand coming out as far as you're not in the business, but your events or proponents or it's a little bit your business model, I guess.
Right. So we call ourselves brand advocates. Okay. Essentially, we're sort of based on the platform of brand ambassadorship.
Okay.
But we're different in the fact that we don't represent.
I like
just,
this one.
Yeah.
Sorry, Anthony. Yeah,
it's
this
okay.
is a good one. Yeah.
Enjoy it. I want you to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But no, I think we're
Ooh.
different in the sense that we are not individuals representing just one brand. We actually have 6 full-time distilleries that we represent, in addition to other distilleries doing smaller projects for us. So we'll do like competitions and things like that for other like Star Rum. Kits.
I got this is a good one. I had a little sip, and then I got so excited I took a big gulp, and that was not a good idea. Yeah.
When you're tasting spirits, the key is to really take a small sip.
Thanks, Casey, for that. But if I see I'm losing already.
Yeah, you got to catch the classes, man. That these guys have.
You got to come to the classes. Yeah, we'll walk you through.
Absolutely.
Speaking of that,
we'll teach you how to drink for sure.
Drink responsibly.
That's my 2017 New Year's resolution, to be able to drink professionally, not like an amateur.
Right.
It
takes practice.
I'm also going to watch more TV, and I'm going to pick up smoking. That's on my list, too.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, we know, Rich, like my football coach used to say, you got to want it. So
nice,
you got to
nice.
want it.
So talking about, Craig was mentioning education. So who would be candidates for a tasting or a training, a class? Who is your audience for that, if you would?
Well, we had different our audiences for that. We done training within the industry, so we'll train other restaurants how to, their bar staff and how to make a cocktail correctly. What you're seeing now is the craft cocktail movement is in full swing here in Atlanta, and so it does require a certain skill set and knowledge base to do that. So some of these restaurants aren't equipped to do that, but they need to keep up with that pace of the trend. So and then also we also do with to the public as well. We've had some people who just want to learn how to make cocktails or have the background knowledge of what spirits are and how to utilize them.
Nice.
So we certainly I personally have done a cocktail class at someone's house where they wanted to know all the history behind like 4 or 5 different drinks.
Wow.
So I basically went through all the history. We did different iterations of it because the drink changes over time due to ingredients and availability of things, and that's something that I'm super passionate about, is linking the story behind it and what makes it meaningful, and then not just something you just drink and forget about.
Our kind of guy, man.
Yeah, I like it.
To speak that story.
We got
awesome.
time for one more drink. We're going to turn our attention to some of our other guests and then circle back around with the bourbon dudes, or what do you call it?
Did we do the rich
whiskey?
Did we try the rich?
No,
He's
mine already
the only one
poured.
that's got the rich. So let's.
And you have a new surprise we're going to tease at the end of the show here, right? Yeah. Oh, I like that sound of that bottle opening. Yeah. Right. Did you hear that?
So
Casey talked about this one.
This is Richland rum out of Richland, Georgia. So these guys are the only single estate rum in the United States, which means they actually grow all their own sugar cane on their farm.
Yeah, you were telling me about that at the event.
Yeah, they actually they're getting ready to produce the first. They just harvested. Their harvest season is towards the end of the year, and they grow from March to around late November, December. And they crush the cane, they condense it down into a syrup, then they'll rehydrate it, ferment it, distill it, and then they age it in newly charred white American oak barrels.
Wow. This is some serious good stuff, right, guys?
Just
yes or yes?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And if anybody's around on is feeling like driving down to Richland, which is down near Columbus, on Saturday, they're going to have their cane sugar festival down there. So they're going to be crushing sugar cane, so you can taste the sugar cane juice, ferment it, and they're actually making the first rum agricole, which means it's rum made from fresh pressed cane juice in the United States.
Wow!
And the first single estate rum agricole made in the United States on Saturday.
So these guys are literally crushing it in business, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we've been on. I just turned on the air light. I wasn't paying attention. So Craig, thoughts before we segue into our next guest here?
I'm excited about having them come, as I shared with them before, on Food and Beverage Radio.
Yeah.
We definitely, and even bringing our guys from our beer journalist.
Yeah, we had the guy from, you've heard of Wall Street Journal. This guy does the Beer Street Journal.
Yeah,
like a million people follow him.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
So but also maybe some local restaurants or retailers like here in Buckhead and Atlanta as well. So, guys, what's a good way to find y'all online? Reach out to you.
I think the best way is on Facebook right now.
Okay.
Liquid Culture is the name, and you can easily find that. You could also just reach out to us personally, or Anthony at liquidculture.us or Casey at liquidculture.us, and that's probably the best way to reach us.
Home address, social security number? Yeah.
When we're off the air.
Off the air, exactly. Yeah. All right, guys, hang tight. We got another sampling coming to you real soon here. But let's talk to the guys from, actually the ladies here. Let's talk to the ladies we just introduced briefly a minute ago.
Jocelyn
10 Beat
Wyndham
and 10 Beat, yeah.
Yeah, 10 Beat.
So 10 Beat, tell us a little bit about yourself. You mentioned you have this passion for your core mission to create a community of women collectively stand together to change the world.
Yes.
That's some serious stuff right there, yeah.
Yeah, that's our core mission at Overcomer. So we pretty much feel like today's society and the cultural standards don't really promote unity and collaboration amongst women. So we're trying to change that. Our goal is to band women together, because at the end of the day, we feel like whether it's personally, professionally, or spiritually, we're all battling similar issues from the workplace to at home. So why not come together and battle and take these issues head on versus separately?
I agree.
And I love the play on words, or your your site is Overcomer, but with the HER at the end,
Yeah,
and caps, yeah. And this is a soon-to-be nonprofit organization. So, what's your short-term game plan here as far as launching this and the process and who you want to get in front of?
So to give you a little backstory, we launched we launched back in July.
Okay.
And when we launched, we actually launched with a campaign, the Overcomer campaign.
All right.
So we believe that millennials is pretty much our target market.
All right.
But we believe what we're lacking, what we're seeing today is that people aren't really being honest and vulnerable with each other. So our campaign was geared towards women sharing their stories, sharing their testimonies on social media, sharing what, things that they've been through, because we can all learn from each other.
Certainly. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's and I don't know if you remember, she's our media angel, Elizabeth Chisholm.
Oh, I know, right. Elizabeth, big time, yeah.
Yeah.
Is one of the reasons why she's here, and I could even sense she almost sounds like her sister as far as the energy that we're hearing right now. But definitely, I think men, we're becoming more aware of the importance of our women. And we've been the major reason why there has to be a movement
to overcome men. It should be whatever, right? Right. Let's be honest, guys.
On behalf of all men on the face of this planet, I apologize for the disrespect that we have shown our women. And I'm very pro-woman myself, having 4 daughters, being raised by a single mother, and having 3 sisters now. I'm really interested in how we could support you all more here at the Pro Business Channel and with all the resources and relationships we have. So I'm definitely...
And speaking of that, how would folks support you or get involved?
So we're based in Charlotte, North Carolina, as of right now, but we are seeing to branch off in Atlanta. But we do have... ambassadors that represent us, and we also have a GoFundMe page.
Okay.
So we are taking donations as of right now.
Awesome. And what will you do with those donations?
So the donations would be going towards our day-to-day operations and our soon to be events that we will be having in Charlotte for 2017. So one of our pillar events will be a brunch where we'll have an enrichment piece, and we'll also be bringing women together to talk about the issues that we're all facing, and also where we'll be having accountability groups so that they can grow. It's not just they can actually grow a network within.
Wow.
So now, as we mentioned, Elizabeth here at the Pro Business Channel, coincidentally from Charlotte, or did you all know each other, or how did you meet?
So yeah, I met Elizabeth through my sister, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
so we all went to the same school, UNC Charlotte.
Nice. Shout out, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to you.
No offense, UGA listeners, or let's not get that started. Yeah.
None taken.
Yeah, but she's actually been very involved in Overcomer. So
nice.
She's one of our ambassadors. She's amazing. Yeah.
Well, Friday morning she'll be at the breakfast right across the street of Microsoft. You need to come over there or whatever. Yeah.
So please join us. And I could see now Liquid coming up with some type of cocktail for their events.
Absolutely.
Well, that breakfast one we start off with.
In fact, that's what I was going to mention is that if you are looking for some event services, we'd be happy to donate some product or do something to help the cause.
You heard the magic word.
Awesome.
You heard he said donate, and we have it recorded.
Yep.
So.
We have one of our clients is Brovo Spirits, and they are a lady-made liqueur.
Oh,
wow!
Yeah, the owner her name's Mari, and she's the owner. In fact, and she is all about women empowerment. So
bam, there it is.
She's
boom,
boom.
boom. It just happened. Yeah.
With this thing,
they're doing fantastic things. So we'd be happy to help out with that.
Thank
Let's
you.
get that
So, 10beat, how would folks find you online?
So yes, we do. You can find us at overcomer.org and on all social media platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're everywhere.
You got that locked down. Whatever. Yeah. Stand down. Yeah. No one's going to walk on that. All right. So hang tight here for a minute. Let's reintroduce our guest, also Jocelyn Wyndham. And you were first to arrive in their studio, right? Yeah, so you win the prize for that. Yeah, get her another round of drinks, whatever. Yeah,
on Rich,
on me, whatever. Exactly. Sure, today I can afford it all, whatever. Yeah. So as we mentioned, you've written children's books combining early reading techniques with life skills based on mental health experience. Also, maintain plans to help folks with their skin looking younger. Customize executive gift giving. So from the inside, the outside, from education, from looking good and doing good, right? So talk to us about your passion.
So I'm really passionate about My first passion really is reading. I love to read. I love to write. If I'm having a bad day, as an entrepreneur, a lot of times you can tell that it's ups and downs. And so my husband could tell that day wasn't an up day. And I was like, I'm going to bed and reading. And he was like, okay.
Don't bother me.
Yes, I'm on my Kindle. I didn't get in trouble at work for Facebook. My boss would be like, what are you doing? Are you reading a book? Again? I used to actually get in trouble for that in school as well. I would be under the table reading books in my science class. So that'd be what I would do. So
how many children's books have you?
I've actually written 5.
Wow.
One is in the process of being published. 3 are being illustrated. 1 just lacks inking. And the 5th one I'm working on now. So I'm halfway through that
Do
one.
you want to give a shout out to your
kudos to that,
publisher?
ladies and gentlemen. How about that 5 book author here? Yeah.
My publisher actually is Book Logic. So
okay, yeah, right here in Alpharetta, right?
Shout out. Guys, we're still waiting on you to get back with us.
I know.
Oh, no. Well, you need to call Jessica Parker because she's
phenomenal.
Well, but now Jocelyn's going to make it happen. Yeah.
I got you. Me and Jessica are tight. I'll tell her to call you.
Nice.
No, I'm just messing with you. We're good people.
I love Jessica. I just felt it was the place I was supposed to be with Book Logics. I felt like they walked me through exactly where I was supposed to be, different things I wouldn't have even known that I needed, like a Library of Congress number if you want to have your book in the library.
Good publishing company.
Yeah.
Craig knows, been in the publishing industry for many, many years, but talk to us about a challenge, because most people can't even fathom writing one book. Yes or yes? Yes or yes, right? I mean, it's just can be overwhelming, daunting, right? So what's the challenge, and then what tips would you give for someone that looking to be the next best-selling author?
I think one of the challenges when you're really looking to write a book is you got to write about something you're passionate about, and part of it is sticking with the process. So I actually ordered a planner called the Action Planner, and I could literally see the pieces of my book coming together. Like, oh, today I wrote the book. Oh, I met with my illustrator. Today she did sketches. Oh, today she did inking. So when I was ready to give up, I was like, but I'm almost done. And so you would literally see piece by piece where your book is. And I think that's really how you really get over your obstacles, when you can actually see physically where you are with your book.
So it lays out in advance all the steps that are needed,
Yep.
your checkpoints, right?
Yep, your checkpoints.
Wow, what a genius idea, whatever, right? Because
it's one of those things I feel like with an action, even with any goal, with you being a small business owner, you don't answer to anyone. And so you have to set some accountability for yourself. You have to be inconsistent. So I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. Like before I went to Books Logics, I almost threw, the last self-publishing company, I won't mention them, but over the bridge, because I could call and their customer service was terrible. And I can gauge you if you're going to help me. That's how I picked the grad school. What does your customer service look like, and can you help me in this process? Yeah. And they couldn't help me. Every time I called, it was like, oh, we don't know. Oh,
that's not our department.
Yeah, I'm like, oh. And so I had enough. I saw a meetup for self-publishers, and Books Logic happened to be hosting it, and I called them and said, I'm looking for a self-publisher, and they met with me and walked me step by step. And I think that's the key to overcoming obstacles too. Find people that know what they're talking about. If you don't know, go find someone you know, and then if it feels right, if you feel like they're kind of jerking you around, you'll know, because after 8 customer service calls, I was like, I'm not doing this. But because I had met with them and she was so open with information, you could do it or we could do it. You could do it or we could do it. And this is how it looks like if we do it. This is how it looks like if you do it. And she was forthcoming with information, and I felt comfortable with them. Yeah.
That's great. You gave the other publishing company eight times, before your new beginning.
And then boom, they just got fired. Yeah.
That's what happens when they're free. You get more chances.
Right. There you go.
And how would folks reach out to you?
I am on every social media platform. So if you're looking for me, I'm Jay Sharin on Facebook. I'm Jay Sharin on Instagram and Twitter. My email is jae.shirin, which is Sharin @live.com. And my website is Boutique Books for Little. It was boutiquebooks.biz, but the name of it is Boutique Books for Little People.
I love that. Any big people books coming out?
Sorry, not yet. I'm working on big people books.
When you do that, make sure you put pictures in my book or whatever. Yeah. All right, Craig. Let's introduce our next guest joining us in the studio here.
Yeah, Duke League. Why don't you introduce you and your partner and what you do, since you all came so late?
Oh,
I'm throwing him under the bus. I'm sitting in this little chair over here with no head. No, I'm just joking. But anyways, these are our future partners.
Cut him off or whatever. Yeah,
these are our future partners here at Pro Business Channel, and we're really excited. We met them at one of our events our first event at Microsoft.
That's right, at Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft. Yeah, so go at it, Duke.
Yeah, sure. So we started the business about 2 years ago, but we decided to relocate the business from Savannah. My background is I am a film major at SCAD.
Shout out to SCAD.
Yeah, shout out to SCAD. Yeah, it's a great school. But I wanted to bring in my passion and my knowledge and my expertise with storytelling, with producing short films and music videos. There's so much vivid storytelling involved. And the reason why I started this business was because I wanted to bring in that same passion into corporate videography, because I noticed that there was a lot of lack of creativity and storytelling in corporate videography. So that's what I wanted to change. That's what I wanted to do, help other businesses, organizations out with their storytelling, because frankly, video is one of the most powerful storytelling mediums out there. So that's my passion, and that's what we do.
Wow, I'm loving what he's saying right there. Whatever, yeah. I mean, I heard a snippet when we were networking at the event, but now I'm connecting more of the dots. And so, introduce your partner one more time, and what's your role in the operation here?
So my name's Terry.
Right.
I'm actually one of the behind the scene guy. I love running the business.
Now you're on the front row here, yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the rare occasions. But I love running the business. I've done it in the past. I know a lot of entrepreneurs. It's very difficult. It's heart-wrenching. Yep. There are times that I was afraid of tomorrow. But at the end of the day, I mean, that's what I want to do. I want to grow my business. I was pretty good at it last time. And I actually worked with Duke in the past before. Okay. So I got to know him as a person. I got to see him, how he deals with stress. And, I really thought about what I want to do. Do I want for corporate, or do I want to go venture into another business? So, the stars were in line. I, contact him and say, hey, this is what I could do. I would love to work with you. So that's
so more of the production, the editing, and post-production work and so forth, or?
No. So for me, I'm just like an operation, running the business,
okay.
Books,
He's the business guy.
Like that.
Yeah,
okay, the business guy.
Creative director.
Okay, nice.
Operations.
Perfect. I'm going to borrow a little phrase you just said. I think the book title in the works, right? About afraid of tomorrow, or don't be afraid of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? I just like that phrase. There's something about that.
Just be present in today.
Yeah.
And tomorrow's got it's covered.
So what does a typical day look like for you in your operation? What type of clients do you work with? Who would be on your short list of your ideal client?
Okay, so for us, we could work with, we don't have any limits. However, what we specialize is working with a corporates or small business, right? Corporates, I know they have their own budgets, but again, I think we could bring that young, innovative, very creative storytelling market to their videography. Small businesses, I know it's something new to them, right? However, we would love to work with them, educate them, and work with them. I mean, the budget is a big thing, but again, for us, we would love to work with you where you are, what you want, so that we can make it happen for you.
Yeah, you can meet them where they're at and maybe grow with them over time, right? Mm-hmm. So talk to us about from the creative standpoint. Mm-hmm. What are some of the what do businesses typically look for? Are they looking for that About Us video on their site? Are you doing a more documentary style? Or at events? Do you have drones that fly over events? I mean, what is it?
Yeah, so it could be About Us videos or product demos. Client testimonials, but what we try to do differently is we try to bring in storytelling as a first. And a lot of businesses, they don't really, they just go with the same old ideas. There's not a lot that differentiates their product, their video with other businesses. So, what we try to do first is listen to their story and what their needs are, and we try to provide a solution for them using video.
Do you help them kind of write their own story? Because sometimes they're so a tree in the forest kind of thing, right? They're so close to it, and I see a need, Craig. That I love the idea of filming some testimonials of our show host.
Most definitely.
That's been kind of a need we've talked about, and something I think would be valuable because it's that third party. You often talk about the third party endorsement, right?
Yeah, and it's very important to get that third party because if you have a marketing team, that's your job. It's your mother is going to always say that you're the best. Right. Sometimes your spouse will, but your friends
for legal reasons.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's very important to have that third party endorsement for any of your business. Everyone here, we will speak positively about what we are passionate about, or we don't we will always show the positive and be who we are concerning that. But it's very important to have a third, another person who got to experience that passion, and share it with others, because that's what resonates with other people. Yeah.
Right. So what's a good about us or on a landing page? Is there a good time frame as far as a video?
Yeah. So typically our clients, they want to put as much information as much details into the video as possible, and that might take 2 or 3 to 4 minutes for their video. But you have to know that, especially with the newer generation, you lose concentration.
And the older generation as well. We're all losing.
So, we try to keep our
attention span,
landing page videos around, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or a minute long. I think that's a sweet spot for
I think it's for everybody, because it's manageable as far as budget-wise, too.
Sure.
Because when you get into video production, it could get out there.
I've heard the more you drink, the less attention span you have. There seems to be a sliding curve, whatever. Let me have 5 more of these, whatever, yeah. But we've heard this, was it MIT or study that said the typical attention span right now is 8 seconds for people, and for goldfish it's 9 seconds.
Yeah.
Have you heard this? Right?
Yeah.
So it's true. It's an actual
fact.
university study. It's a fact. Yeah. So guys, what are some do's and don'ts in people working with you as far as what's a great video experience, and some that you've seen that have not worked out so well?
Yeah. So a lot of cases, I think the most important thing with video production is collaboration. And sometimes the client might come up to us and say, we already have it all planned out. Here's an example video. We want it exactly like that. And sometimes that may not be the best option for their story. It may not be the best option for their company or their product. So what we try to do is, as a creative team, we want to collaborate with the business. We don't want it to be just 100% of our ideas. We don't want it to be just 100% of their ideas. We want them to go ask their peers, their family members. We're going to go out there and we're going to ask our friends and our peers, because what we want to do is we want to bring in a lot of different perspectives so that we could really tell a story to a broad audience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And just the idea of having a professional, I've seen some of the videos on your site and so forth. It's just interesting. It's that kind of new age style. It's very kind of professional, not kind of, is professional, rather than some of these amateur videos, that we kind of fall back on, right? So we're gonna do one more round of drinks for everybody here. So we have an announcement about a new offering that's just hitting the market. So while they're getting that set up here, if you would share how folks would find out about you guys online.
Sure. So we are on Facebook, 410 Media. It's spelled FORTEN Media. We are also on LinkedIn. You can find us through our website, 410media.com. And, you can always visit us or message us through whatever social media platforms.
And that's spelled out FORTEN, right?
Yes.
410.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with that name?
It actually derives from a Bible verse, 1 Peter 4:10.
Exactly.
And basically what that entails is we want to use the talent that God gave us to use it for his kingdom.
Wow.
So we want to use the talents that we have and use it wisely for the community and for the people around us. And because our main mission is to help businesses, help other businesses to tell their story. Of course, as a business, we want to make a profit, but it's also really important for us to tell a story.
Well, the more stories you tell, the word gets out, right? And back to that collaboration. But I love there is that synergy of that's our mission is, as we mentioned, the proud sponsor of your story.
Yeah, well, now you see.
Yeah, we see. Exactly. He has to hit me in the head a couple of times, first. So guys, we're going to finish off with this announcement here. So Casey or Anthony, if you'd like to share your news here of what we're going to experience right now for the first time.
Yeah, so we're really excited to let you guys try something that's not even out on the market yet from American Spirit Whiskey. It's their Resurgence Rye, and Casey would love to tell you all the details of what makes us unique and what's so fascinating about it.
Go for it, sir.
Yeah, so this is the American Spirit's been around for about 4 years, and they have had an aged whiskey. They just released a bourbon, and they just opened their distillery about 6 months ago.
Wow.
So this is the first thing that they've made in-house in their new distillery here in Atlanta. So what's really unique about this is it's made from rye, but it's actually malted rye. Most ryes that you drink are made with rye and corn and malted barley. This is 100% rye. So we also used a little bit of chocolate rye in there as well.
Oh,
so
really?
you're going to get a little bit of chocolate notes kind of on the back end.
Yeah, smooth.
Yeah, I can taste.
Yeah.
Is there any MSG or
No.
Gluten?
No.
Any gluten?
There's
Is it gluten-free?
Well, I mean, it depends how allergic you are to gluten. Once something's distilled, then it's pretty much gluten-free at that point. So,
Yeah. Well, put that on there.
I say we're going to go around. Maybe what was y'all's favorite? Mine had to be that Richland. Well, because it has my name in there. But Rich, what was that one again? The Richland.
Richland rum.
yeah.
Rum. Yeah. The rum. Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
The rum.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I like the vodka the best.
You like the vodka?
Yeah.
With the muscadine, the audience agrees.
Yeah.
I tell you, I've never had this much alcohol in my
I know it,
system
right?
in my 49 years.
I got one word
But
for
having
Uber.
said that, I think it has suppressed the little cold that I did have. So I really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
that-
Whiskey does
So,
help with that.
especially when it's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Just
I
warm
appreciate
as
that.
it goes down.
It
Yeah.
is warm.
Well,
It is warm.
I have to let our listeners, Jocelyn, right next to you, appreciate you sharing that you have a cold right now. Whatever.
No,
you got.
no. I don't have. Nah, it's the
No,
little
I'm just
snipple,
teasing you.
but like I
Exactly,
said,
yeah.
it's
No,
clear.
it clears up whatever.
Ails you.
Yeah. So we're a little bit over. Going to take two extra minutes here, if you would. Let's go back around one more time around the table, and if you would share, what's a good day look like for you in your business, and if you want to give a plug for your site one more time as well, that'd be great. So, ladies first.
Yes. So for anyone who knows anyone in Charlotte, we will be having events soon. Our pillar event will be coming up first quarter of next year, and it will be geared towards building up women and getting to know each other in the community. Again, you can find more information about us at www.overcomer, spelled overcomeher.org,
Yep.
as well as all social media platforms.
And Jocelyn, what's a good day look like for you?
I can tell you one of the best days I had because
Besides today. Yeah.
Besides today, I actually got to go read my book to my son's class, and I was the mystery reader, and he didn't know I was coming. So his face, like, oh my gosh, because I read the book to him. So that was like a
What
classic
age group
moment.
are we talking here?
3.
Oh,
The book is for ages
How
3 to
cool
7.
is that?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds really cool.
So that's a really good day. I love to come to schools and read. So if anybody emails me, I'll come to the school and read the book to your kid. I think that promotes reading, that you can put your hands on someone that wrote a book and you can feel the book in your hand.
And meet them. Then you got autographs from all.
And I autograph the book if I come.
Nice.
So that's a good day for me. Reading to the kids and really getting them excited about reading. And my Mary Kay business, it's just making a woman feel. Sometimes you forget that you can just be beautiful from a lipstick. I think we do so much. I was just telling one of the guests, you look down the list and everybody you've taken care of, you're at the bottom and you may not even get to you. And so I get that time to make them feel pampered, to feel special, to feel important. And that's one of the things that I really love, to make people feel important. Everybody has a sign on their neck. Make me feel important.
Well, and it's like if you, I don't know a whole lot about makeup. Maybe I should use more for it's just radio, but we do have the videos going, yeah. But just the hair, yeah. But it is like if you do put on, from the guy's perspective, if you put on that right suit, that right clothing, you just have a little more pep in your step. And I imagine that same for women.
Yes.
Is if you feel great, it just carries over. It spills over throughout the rest of the day, right?
Everything else, yep. If you feel good, your skin is feeling good, because that's something that your skin is going to be here. It's the largest organ in your body, it's going to be here. If you take care of the first thing people see, which is your face, it'll give you a lot more confidence, probably more than you realize.
And I'm going to correct myself because I mentioned women in makeup, but Mary Kay's about guys. They have it's skin care overall.
It's skin care. So we have a male line as well. We have colognes, we do fragrances, but we do skin care and makeup. And actually, a lot of our men at corporate have been there for years. They've literally worked themselves at the bottom, like starting at mailrooms, and now they're VPs. So
Dang. A lot of people have asked me about. What'd you say for men? You have the not just the skincare, but the
cologne.
Cologne, yeah. Mm-hmm. They said, Rich, you need to lose a little more cologne, yeah. So, yeah. All right. So Jocelyn, thanks for that. So, guys, what's a good day look like for you? And
I think for us, foremost, just listening to our clients' testimony, right? I mean, no person is like, therefore, I think no business is alike, because all the founders are very different. And again, what we want to do is that we just want to capture their own unique narrative and just bring it to, so that they could connect with their audience a little better. That's all we want to do. And we just want to be a partner and a helper in that process.
Well said. All right. And the whiskey duo here? Yeah.
I don't remember most of my days. those are the best days.
Those are our favorite days.
The best
when we can't remember them at all.
The best memories in life are vague. So that's kind of how. I don't know. It's getting the word out about these small brands and seeing them grow and working with them to develop, labels and new products and, helping to steer their vision into the marketplace and really, make people conscious about what's really going on around them in their local environment. That's really kind of, to go into a place and see the bottle behind the bar or, your spirit on the cocktail menu list just kind of gives you, a bit of pride because you're really just kind of spreading the word to all the guests that come in.
Maybe we could. Oh, go ahead.
And you're really supporting like truly passionate people. I mean, like I think that's my favorite part is like helping these different suppliers like live out a dream that they have. For instance, like independent distilling. I mean, these are guys who distill at night because they're also working during the day.
Right.
So I mean, it just goes to show that heart, dedication that they want to put into the product, and like Casey said, it makes us feel good to spread the good stuff that they're doing all over the state. So I'm
being inspired, and it's not just the alcohol, right? But that doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt you. But maybe we could come up, Craig, maybe with our own brand. How about Pro Business Bourbon? Right?
You like that?
Yeah.
It's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What's that?
Did we finish?
Yeah, we got everybody. Yeah. Cut him off, whatever. Yeah. You're distracting. Yeah. Right.
Whiskey's kicking in.
Whiskey's kicking in. Yeah. It takes a couple of minutes, whatever. Yeah.
Especially if you never drank it.
All right. So I think that's an unbelievable episode. We had a packed house here today. And we want to shout out again to WeWork, who helped in part make this possible. And actually, speaking of WeWork, where we met y'all tell us a little bit about WeWork and what y'all speaking of that third party, because we always talk about it. So what do y'all?
Yeah, so we're big fans of WeWork. We're actually their event providers now,
nice.
And so we do whatever events they need us to do on their monthly calendar.
Nice.
And they're also, we're working with them to have our very first craft cocktail class with them in January.
Awesome. Perfect.
So be sure to give you more information as that comes up. But it'll be fun to work with them and all the different businesses that's under that roof. So we're excited about it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that collab where we have the book and the beverage for WeWork.
Books and beverages. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. That's our new show coming to the studio. Books
and
beverages.
Yeah, books and beverages.
Sounds good.
And all right, and so Craig, some final thoughts or closing thoughts here?
I don't have too much to say right now. I'm surprised I'm standing up.
Yeah, last man standing.
Literally. But glad to have you all, and I'm looking forward to the partnerships that will come out of this and the business that you all are going to be able to create from this experience. So,
ditto.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
See you all.
Great to hear everyone's
Absolutely.
stories.
We'll see you guys next time on the next episode of the Co-Founders Podcast.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Co-Founders Podcast, brought to you in part by WeWork, the world's largest network.